Welcome to Enticement Gaming. I am your host, Mr. G63, and today we are going to have a look at Planet Nomad. So, last week we hit 125 hours on Planet Nomad, so the time has come to put it through the Enticement Gaming Analytics machine. Now, for those of you who do not know Planet Nomads is a single-player sci-fi sandbox game of survival on alien planets through block-like building. Now, you are a lone astronaut-scientist crash landing on a strangely captivating planet. Keeping your wits and securing your basic survival needs that include food, water, and building material is the best start towards figuring out a way of this messy situation. Now, this game was developed by a Czech game developer called Crane Balls. Now, the interesting fact is that they mainly developed mobile games. Now, this game was released in May 2019 on Steam, and if you want to try out this game, you can get a link in the description below. So, let's move over to the specs. So, for minimum running capacity, you will need Windows 10, a 64-bit version. You will need a 4-core CPU at 3 gigs. You will need approximately 8 gigs of RAM, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 950 or the AMD equivalent and higher. You will also need DirectX version 11, and 6 gigs of available space. Now, additional note to this is that this is the hardware needed for a 920 by 1080 30 FPS minimum medium quality setting. Now, this might be playable on a slightly worse PC on low quality, but without any warranty. Planet Nomads is still in development and system requirements may change. So let us move over to the rating statement. First of all, let's start with clean code. Now, one thing that I do love about this game is that it is quite well optimized for low-end PCs. In fact, that the developer could hide so much game behind what seems to be a very basic game is quite amazing. However, I found that the building mechanics of the game can be a bit janky and unintuitive. I would expect that a game that uses building as their main talking point to be a bit more intuitive with things like building snapping and build orientations. So for this, I will have to give game code a 7. Then we move over to visuals. The natural lighting and its effects are beautiful and brilliant. I love the fog and the rain effects, and it helps to bring a bit of realism into the game. But in saying this, I have noticed that there has been a bit of neglect on the texturing of the models of items in game. Now, there are some items that are beautifully modeled and textured, but in other places, I would expect to see the same level of details. The designers seem to have either lost interest or motivation. This is exceptionally sad to see, and therefore I would have to award the game a generous 7 for visuals. Audio. Now, the game has a very calming backtrack music and very great natural ambient sound. I find myself turning off the music just to listen to the rain. I also like the sounds of the building and the welding. The thing that bothers me is the muting of ambient sound when you have something over your head, even if there is nothing to block the actual sound. Also, if you turn off the music, it sounds like there is a great wind blowing, but there's no visual effect of this wind, and this kind of annoys me to no end. Come on, sound engineers, since there were no big wind visuals, turn down the wind a little bit and work on muting when walking indoors. Until then, I have to give this game a 7 for audio. Customizations. Now, there is a great variance in the number of building blocks, giving you the feeling of building a puzzle when building your base. Now, this might sound weird, but I love it. It makes building your base so much fun. Now, in the addition of vehicle building, you can make wheeled, hovering, or even flying vehicles. Even going to the Steam workshop allows you to see the level of creativity you can achieve. So, if you want to build a massive moving base, go for it. The game will allow you to do this. And for that, I will have to give this game a 9 for customizations. Is the game difficult to play? So, the controls of the game are very simple to understand, and even if you leave the game for a while, getting back to the game is quite straightforward. The game's progress is easy to understand and follow. The one thing that I do find annoying is that there is a point in the game where exploration becomes absolutely necessary. Now, this in itself is not a bad thing, but it also abruptly stops your technology progress, which can be somewhat annoying. But regardless, I still want to give this game a 9 for difficulties. Now, game difficulties. Now, this is what I want in a difficulty setting. This game allows you to change almost every single aspect of the game, from the day-night cycle, the planet size, and even animal aggression. This allows you to make the game an easy-to-play sandbox, or if you want, a hell where the trees want to eat your face off. I really love this, and I award it a 9. Replayability. The game's procedurally generated landscape does offer a bit of replayability, but the storyline is very quick, and although the terrain is very well generated, it can make the game very predictable. So unfortunately for this, I will have to give it a 7. Now for number 8, fun. Now, while the survival aspect of this game needs a bit of work, I find the crafting, resource management, and the storyline very intriguing. Now, while I was doing my research for the game, I found out that the developers of Planet Nomads ran out of budget. But even so, the developers have still tried to continue game development regardless. One thing that I do feel that this game could benefit from is a multiplayer aspect. So, if you guys like this game, please go onto Steam and buy the game. I will try to remember to leave a link in the description. Also, you can go to their website, link also below, and give them your support. You can support them through Patreon. I absolutely love this game, and I would really love to see further development of this game, and for the hard work, I want to give this game a 9. So, the final result is an 80% rating. So, if you guys would like to chat to me, come and give me a follow on Twitch. The link will be down in the description. Every now and again, I do my reviews on Twitch and even give my viewers a chance to voice their own opinion. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button. And if you would like to see future reviews, don't forget to smash that subscribe and notification icon to stay up to date. And if you know of another game that you would like to give the G63 treatment to, please leave a comment below. But for now, of course, it's Shop Shop Billy Pop, stay lacquer, and I'll catch you next time.